Hello traders, welcome back to this video. It's another beautiful day to do our top-down analysis. So before I start the analysis, I have introduced account management, and if you are interested with account management, just use the number in my YouTube description to contact me. Also, I'm going to introduce copy trading in a few weeks, and I'll communicate to you guys once that is also already. So here today I have some few analysis, and number one, I have NAS 100. So coming from our last analysis, we had a very beautiful uh, top-down analysis on NAS 100. I have been expecting some good selling opportunities, and I shared with you this analysis. We had a very good confirmation from this point. First of all, our buyers came out from this area. You can see clearly we are forming lower lows and lower highs to the downside, meaning clearly we are in a bearish movement the downside. So I've been expecting this external liquidity here to be taken out, and the reason being is because we had this change of character after price formed this break of structure to the upside. Later on, the market formed the change of character, and then price came back to the upside, respected this high, respected the swing high that formed that change of character, and then we have been having this beautiful downtrend structure here. So we expect price to drop down and clear this external liquidity, and as of now, the price has not yet cleared that external liquidity. So uh, price came back into this area, reacted from that area, and then we had a very good change of character here. Later on, we had this pullback into the point of interest up there that formed this change of character. Then we also had another confirmation inside here to take our sales to the downside. So our first take profit was down here on this low, and then the second the overall take profit was down up to this external liquidity. So currently right now I'm still expecting to look for more sales. I still expect you guys to look for more sales because I anticipate that price will be taking out this external liquidity. So if I clear this so that we can have our top down analysis, and then I come back into the daily time frame. So this is how our structure looks like in the daily time frame. I expect this to be coming at least into this order block, and then we have a reaction to the upside. But as of now, we have this fair value gap in the daily time frame. That is the first fair value gap. And then we also have the market having this massive push to the downside. And still we have this whole area here to be left behind. So as of now, this is not a fair value gap because we don't have another candle, the third candle. So we'll just use this fair value gap here. And then if I drop into the 4-hour time frame to have a clear view, so the fair value gap is at this point, and then up here in the 4-hour time frame, remember that price has already formed this break of structure to the downside. Therefore, it means that price will be looking to have a pullback. Remember, I told you that once price has a break of structure, either to the downside or to the upside, the market has to have a pullback to sweep in there, to sweep the internal structure before we have another move to the downside. So in this case here, the only internal structure that we have is this one here. And if price will be pulling back before taking out this external liquidity, we expect price to come up to this area, take out this pullback here as the liquidity, and then tap into this 4-hour order block that we have here. So this is the order block that formed this move to the downside. That was the last order block, and that will be my point of interest. So once we have the pullback this coming week, if we see the pullback coming into these areas, that is where I'll be expecting price to come, react from that area with a confirmation, and then we take our sell the external liquidity that we expect the market be taking out. So as of now, let us expect a pullback. Let's say maybe if we see that pullback coming up, that will be the best area to take our trades from. And if price will be clearing this low, I'll be updating you on what to do next in our next analysis. So as of now on NAS 100, that is the best area that we can look for our selling opportunities from. So that is what I think this coming week, what NAS 100 will be doing. I also have another pair. I also have XAU USD, which is gold. So on gold, we also had a very beautiful analysis, and our buyers came out from the daily time frame. And inside the daily time frame, we had some beautiful structures, and I still expect price to be dropping down. So let me clear this to make my chart very clear. So before we look for more sales, we need to always look for a point of interest. And because of that, remember that I had a very good analysis with you last time, and I told you why price reacted from this point of interest. Remember, we had the fib level. After this break of structure, we expected price to come into the 50% level of that downtrend movement. Price came into that area, and then luckily enough, we had a very good daily order block with a fair value gap, making it even more powerful. Price reacted from that area, gave us a very beautiful confirmation, and then since then we have been looking for sales to the downside until this external liquidity is taken out. So in the 4-hour time frame on gold, I still expect more sales. Our last analysis came out from this order block. Price tapped into this area here, if I clear that order block, and we are still looking to look for more continuation trades to the downside. So if you had that trade from that point of interest, you are already in some good profits. So as of now, price has already taken out this low. Remember, price is forming some beautiful breaks of structure to the downside. Once price formed this break of structure, we had this pullback into this area. Then we have price moving down, form a new break of structure. So at the moment right now, I still expect a pullback into this 50% level. I still expect price to be pulling back into the 50% level before we look for any selling opportunities to the downside. So if I clear this, you can see our 50% level is at around this area. We already have this order block here, but I think price will be taking out that order block as a liquidity, and then we look for our confirmation to take our sales the downside. Now, once we have the selling opportunity, we target this external liquidity. So if I drop into the 1-hour time frame for more clarity, we have a very beautiful structure, and the only fair value gap I can see inside this point, the 1-hour time frame, is this fair value gap that we have there. And if you can take your fib level from that high to the low, you will see that the 50% level is at around this our 4-hour order block. So price can choose to react from this point, or price can take out this highs liquidity. Remember, we have to look for the internal structures that have been formed before this break of structure for the market to take out. So we have this first inducement here. We have this liquidity. We also have this high as well, which can also be used as a liquidity. So we expect price to react from this point of interest, have a confirmation, and then we take our sell to the downside. And if a price won't be reacting from this point of interest, let us expect price to take out this high, because this high also is an internal liquidity. So price can also take out that high and then tap into this fair value gap, and then we look for ourselves the downside. So as for me, I'm looking to take a trade once price takes out this high, and then for example, price comes into this fair value gap. We take ourselves from that area, stop loss above that fair value gap, and then we'll be targeting the external liquidity. So I'm expecting price to take out that high, but if we have the confirmation from the 4-hour order block here, we will be looking to have our sales to the downside. But if we don't have the confirmation, expect price to take out that high, and then we look for a very good confirmation, and then we take our sales to the downside. So on gold, we are still looking for selling opportunities to the downside, guys. So stay very tuned so that you can be looking for those opportunities. So I also have silver as my next pair. So this pair also moves the same way as gold moves. We also had a very beautiful analysis on silver. Price tapped into our point of interest, as you can remember very well. We had that area as our point of interest. Price tapped into that area and then went down to our take profit. We were targeting this first low as our first take profit, and then the external liquidity as our second take profit. So as of now on silver, on the daily time frame, we have a very beautiful fair value gap, and I think price will be looking to come and fill in that fair value gap before we look for more sales to the downside. So we have this beautiful fair value gap here, and once price fills in that fair value gap, I'll be looking to see if price will be dropping even more the downside. So I'm also expecting silver to sell because silver moves almost the same way as gold. So this will be just a pullback to this fair value gap, and then we look to sell the downside even more. So on silver, if I drop into the lower time frames, we don't have any other point of interest, and expect price to be reactive from that point. So on this other side, we have a very good support and resistance level. So let us assume that price is going to come back to that support and resistance level, retest that area, and then once we have the confirmation, we take our selling opportunities from that area, which is the support and resistance level. Stop loss, let's say maybe above that area, and then we target this low as our first take profit, and then our overall take profit must be always 1:3 risk to reward ratio. So I'm also expecting more sales on silver, and if we have a confirmation from that support and resistance level there, we take our sales to the downside. So our main point of interest will be the daily fair value gap. We aim to have price filling in that fair value gap. Then if price will be willing to retest that support and resistance level, we continue to have our selling opportunities to the downside. So I also have another pair. That is my opinion on silver, because we don't have any clear point of interest. That is what I expect from silver. So I also have BTC USD. So today let us analyze BTC USD. So if I come into the daily time frame, guys, we have a very beautiful downtrend to the downside. Uh, we have a very beautiful downtrend, as you can see in the daily time frame here. So price formed this change of character to the downside. We expected a pullback to have a retest into these areas before moving down, but price didn't come up. Instead, price went down to form a new break of structure to the downside, which we have there clearly. So after that break, right now price is having a pullback, and if we are going to look for a trade to the inside of this structure, we have some beautiful fair value gaps in the daily time frame. You have that fair value gap there. We also have this point of interest here that is unmitigated, a very good daily order block as well. And remember, this area up here is not tested yet. So we expect price to be coming back to fill in these fair value gaps and mitigate this point of interest. So therefore, I think BTC USD will be bullish for some time. We'll be having that bullish structure. And currently, right now, we have a very beautiful bullish structure being formed. So we have the market making this higher high here, a higher low, a higher high, and then a higher low, and then we have a higher high up here. So we expect the price to be having that pullback and then continue to the upside to form a new higher high. So already the market is reacting from this point of interest down here. Already the market is reacting from this area. We have this beautiful 4-hour order block. It's tapped into that area, and then we have these massive bullish candles forming to the upside. So right now in the 4-hour time frame, the only point of interest that I can see, we have this beautiful fair value gap here. And if price will be having a retest, that is the best area to have our entries the upside. And then now we'll be targeting this external liquidity as our first take profit. So on the 1-hour time frame, I don't have any point of interest except for this fair value gap. And also we have this fair value gap up here. So I'll be expecting price to have a pullback into these areas and then fill in those fair value gaps, the 1-hour and the 4-hour fair value gap. And then we look for more buys to the upside. So on BTC USD, I expect price to drop a little bit down into that area, and then we look for a buy opportunity, that external liquidity. So that is what I think, guys, on BTC USD. That is my view. I expect more buys to the upside, and if guys will be willing, we'll be taking our buys to that fair value gap coming from the daily time frame. So that is the daily fair value gap, as you can see clearly at that point. Guys must always find time to come back and fill in these fair value gaps. And also in the daily time frame, there is a very good rejection here. There is a very good rejection. You can see how this daily candle rejected from that area. So I'll be expecting a slightly movement to these lows and then into that fair value gap, and then we look for our buys to the upside. So that is what I think. And if we don't have a confirmation from that area, we don't take any trade to the upside. I also have AUD USD as my as my last pair, because on Euro USD we still have the consolidation. Although we have the price breaking this high to the upside, I still expect price to be consolidating around this area, but we will see what the price will be doing, and I will be updating you guys on whatever is happening on Euro USD. Currently, right now, I just avoid this kind of market because I always want to see a trending market. So I have AUD USD as my last pair, guys. And coming into the daily time frame, if you have been following my analysis, we have been looking for selling opportunities because clearly on the daily time frame we have some beautiful uptrend to the upside. This was the last low that was formed before this break of structure. Therefore, we expect price to be respecting this low, and we look for those buys, the external liquidity. So at the moment we have some beautiful reaction from that low, and then we had a very good change of character inside the 1-hour time frame, which caused this uptrend that is being formed at this point. So we had this as the change of character. Once the market cleared that high that formed the last break of structure, and then the market has been forming that bullish structure to the upside. So we had the last break of structure here, and we expect a pullback at least into the 50% level before we look for more buys to the upside. So if I mark that low from that low and this high, you can see that price has already tapped into the 50% level, but I still expect more sales into this area. I still expect a deep retracement into the daily order block. We have a very beautiful daily order block here. So I still expect price to be coming into that daily order block, and then we look for our buys from that area, the upside. So if I zoom in into the lower time frame, you can see that is the daily order block that we expect price to come back into, and then we look for a confirmation from this area, the upside. And if you want to refine your order block, you can refine it to that 4 hour order block that is down there, and then also monitor these fair value gaps. Price can uh, react from those fair value gaps, and then you can be left behind. You can miss out that trade. So make sure you watch out on what the price will be doing. So this point of interest here is a very good point of interest, because this point, the order block was the reason to why we had this massive momentum to the upside. So that will still remain to be my best point of interest to take a trade on AUD USD. So once price comes into that area, I'll be looking for my buys from that point to the external liquidity. So that is what I expect on AUD USD, and make sure you always try to look for confirmations from these points of interest. So that is it for this video, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment down below the comment section any opinion. If you have a different opinion for the pairs that we have analyzed, just comment down below comment section. So that is it, guys. See you in the next video. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss on any analysis from this channel.